I'm the operator of my create mod elevator. Beep boop. Boing. I shouldn't be singing that anymore because apparently Kraftwerk are kind of peculiar about their copyrights. Hi, I'm Borkon. Glad to have you here. Welcome back to the Cave Factory. I think episode 5. Yeah, I'm losing track now because I'll let you in on a secret. I published episode 1 the other day and I just pushed the button on episode 2 for publishing. So, yeah, I'm a little bit ahead here in recording versus in publishing. I wanted to kind of see how it would go recording the first ones, but it's going fine. It's going great. Hi, we're back in the Cave Factory, and yes, I made a create mod elevator. Unfortunately, I will show you what the problem with it is. And I will send it up, jump out of the elevator, and then take the scaffolding up. And I think you might already see what the problem is. I am much faster than the elevator. And the reason for this is very simple. It has a bad power source, right? It is having this generator. If we look here, we are eating as much power as the generator can generate, so I can't really do better with a fan looking at a magma block or any heat source. I did try lava. Lava behaves exactly the same as a magma block, so that's not the solution, unfortunately. So we need a better power source, and I have found a better power source, and I was supposed to have it in my inventory, and I forgot to have it in my inventory. I did some preparation. I am not completely improvising all these things, although the previous few episodes were mostly improvised. But it kind of worked anyway. So, these things here, they do have, like, you can ponder them, right? So they are Create mod compatible. They are from a mod called Create Addition. And basically, this allows any rotational power generator like the windmill or like this thing here to generate electrical power. The alternator allows us to create power, and then we can use the electric motor to convert power back into rotation. And I have no idea how efficient these things are. I'm just gonna do like a very, very temporary experiment. Like, let's just connect this here, right? Energy generated. It's not rotating with enough speed. Annoying thing. Okay. So if I connect that, this is super janky and temporary. I know. It's generating 11 FE per tick. And it has kind of big kinetic stress impact. So a full-size windmill can generate 80 FE per tick. That is not great. Anyway, okay, let's just ignore the numbers for now. I just want to see the efficiency here, because I'm assuming that there should be some losses between like converting in one direction and then converting it the other direction. Because this is telling me like if we getting 11 FE per tick from 1/8 of a windmill, so we could get 80. That's not a lot of power. Like in other mods, I've seen power generators like go into tens of thousands of FE per tick. So maybe electricity will be our solution to powering all create mod stuff. We'll see. I think this is supposed to work like this. I did experiment. I'm not making this up as I go completely. We connect these things here. We get a cable. Boink. And I love the hanging cables. The hanging cables are awesome, and all mods that use hanging cables are automatically good, because like the tubes that you lay on the ground or in the walls are ugly and stupid. This is good. This is pretty. Do I actually need to make it this complicated? No, I actually don't. That's silly. Let's just use the fan. Let's power the fan, right? We have the fan here. And if I power the fan by connecting this here, and I'm assuming it needs one of these. Yeah, it did. Or maybe it doesn't, but it did connect. So that means something. We connect it here. And yes, the fan is blowing. And the fan is not... Oh. It is using 375 FE per tick at current speed. So if I slow it down, that's still a lot. Oh, wow. Okay, so I said, yeah, this would generate 88 if it was going at full speed, because this can generate 8,192. This one is eating 1,024. So if it was eating the full capacity of what the windmill is producing, it would then generate 88 FE per tick of electricity. And that is enough, yeah, pretty much to drive a fan at 1 RPM. That is staggeringly awful. That is a catastrophe. Wait a minute. How fast are these going? These are eating 32. So I could... Are you kidding me? I can have hundreds of these fans. Well, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of fans on one windmill. No, it's literally hundreds of fans on one windmill. And so the conversion losses here are staggering. So we have like, what, 2-3% efficiency or something awful like that? Who designed this? I'll have to look into this. This looks crazy. And the answer is very simple. It has been deliberately nerfed. It is the alternator that has been completely and absolutely nerfed in the configuration for the mod pack. So the mod itself has 75% efficiency. And in the configuration of the mod pack, we have 3% efficiency. So I was actually quite close. I think I said 2% or something like that. But yeah, 3% efficiency in conversion in the mod pack configuration, while the mod usually has 75%. So that means that the mod pack creators really don't want us to use, like, create windmills for our power, and I respect that. We're not going to change that. We will get our power later in some way, but now I know at least that this is an alternative. I mean, where is that? The alternator is useless. The alternator I will never use because it's absolutely pointless. But the electric motors, once we have some other power sources, I definitely will be using them for distributing power, because like the only thing I dislike about the create mod is the lack of options, or lack of good options for powering things. Because the windmill, yeah, fine, they look funny, but you end up with well, I did it relatively cleanly here, but you end up with shafts like all over your base trying to get things done, and they're taking a lot of space and they're annoying. And I like that the wires are pretty, and shafts going everywhere in your base and noisy windmills aren't. That's an alternative for the future, but not for now. For now, we need to do some other experiment, and actually not an experiment. I'm 99% sure it's gonna work. And we need to go to the Nether. Very, very quick trip into the Nether, because I got myself a Silk Touch pickaxe, and we're gonna steal a blaze spawner. Oh yeah. And this is just so I can get blazing blood into this instead of lava. And that is so I can get the better alloys and better tools. That's not the project for today. The tools was the previous episode. We are done with that. But I need a quick trip into the Nether. Where were we going? We're going in this direction, I'm pretty sure. I just want to see if I can find a blaze spawner, steal it, and run away. That's it. Grand Theft Blaze Spawner. That looks like a blaze spawner. Please don't blaze me to death. Yes, I could pick it up. Awesome. That's it. This is the entire trip to the Nether. I'm not even gonna fight that blaze. I will build a blazing blood harvester later, probably between episodes or maybe between recording clips today. Our goal today is actually to get some crops. So one reason why I want to do crops is because, like, I want wood, I want kelp, I want, you know, the usual suspects. We definitely need that. It's gonna be create mod based, of course. And another reason is that I kind of want to do a challenge here. And the challenge is to grow everything and eat. I don't know if eat everything is a challenge, but definitely grow everything is a challenge. Eat everything, on the other hand, as you can see here, in my hearts down there, I have extra hearts. Whatever mod it is providing that in this mod pack, if the more different foods you eat, the more hearts you get. And that's always fun. Slightly overpowered, but I can't help it. I like having many hearts because I don't like dying. So, to get this done, I prepared this. And no, this wasn't done with the tunnel bore. I actually dug this before I recorded that bit with the tunnel bore where I designed and built the tunnel bore. I just did it manually with the big hammer, and the big hammer is pretty awesome. This didn't take long at all, and it's a nice room. So we're gonna have a wood farm, kelp, crops, sugarcane, you know, the usual, as many different things as possible, just set up a bunch of different farms. So, let's start working on that. Well, let's start designing it in my head, because I still haven't thought about how I want to do that. I just realized that to make various normal farms, I actually need a lot of dirt, and rather than converting... well, I was converting granite to dirt, right? I want to test a different thing. And by the way, I did some redecorating here and actually change of plans as well. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's make a bunch of dirt first. So we can make coarse dirt. And I get, for 8 dirt, I get 16 coarse dirt. Gravel is not a problem, right? We can get gravel easily. And normally, there is my hoe. Normally, you would do just something like this, and now you get dirt. And this way, I can double my dirt. But I was thinking, let's make a machine for this. Like, I already moved the shaft here. I started setting up a machine, but let's do it live. Oh, that was dirt. Look almost the same. No, this is a little bit darker. I have no excuse for claiming that it looks almost the same. Right? We have a deployer here that will be deploying a block here. So now we need... okay, we need 1 air gap. And... ooh, this might actually end up a little bit awkward. But let's put a gearbox here. Am I doing this correctly? Yes, I am. I need to think out loud. There we go. So I think we can put another deployer here. Not sure exactly which... oh, it's actually facing the exactly correct direction. And if I now give it a hoe... yay, it converts it to dirt. And I think it's going to do farmland now, right? Yeah, but that doesn't matter, because when we harvest the farmland, we will also be getting dirt out of it. So now we need a deployer, well... with a shovel, I guess? Or should I do it with a drill? With a drill, I don't know what I'm going to be converting. I think, in my mind at least, this is going to work automatically without any trouble. But, of course, we know how that goes. But let's see. Let's do some completely improvised... I was about to say redstone, but it's not. It's create stone. Right, we have that one there. And I think I give it a shovel. Not like that. I give it a shovel into its hand. But it's right-clicking now. So if I do this, this will be left-clicking. So in which order will... oh, yeah, this one doesn't do... and oh, that one doesn't do anything because it doesn't have any coarse dirt in it. But if I give it a hopper and just... like... oh, this one... oh, the deployer... I need to empty it all the time. I kind of knew that. So, I mean, it is working. I don't know if it's reliable. I don't know if the shovel won't break the coarse dirt at some point, but right now, it's looking fine, and it's a temporary machine. I bet there are different ways of getting dirt in the future, and if not, I'll try to make this reliable. But right now, hey, it is working. So this was a barrel that I put here temporarily. Oh, it actually had dirt in it. And boink, let's get some dirt. Yeah, I will just use all the gravel I have and convert it into more dirt, because we're gonna need a lot of that. Now we have a whole stack of coarse dirt, and that means also a whole stack of dirt. I'm not exactly sure how much I'm gonna need, but this is a good start. It's definitely more than the 30-something blocks of dirt I had earlier. Perfect. While this thing is running, let's look at what I've done here. I made the floor transparent, and I turned this from a room into a bridge. I think we can, yeah, we can jump up here. So this is the room I showed you that was below that I dug manually. I dug it more manually, made it slightly bigger, and we can actually get a decent look from here. I just added some pillars. And I think like the idea I had, like it just a random inspiration. Will I survive if I jump? I have 93 levels. Let's not find out. I have survived that earlier. And yes, I am taking the scaffolding because it's faster than the elevator. We'll get to making this fast as well. But yeah, so my idea here is this will be a big room of miscellaneous farms. Or maybe all my farms in the future. I don't know. But this will be an open space, just completely open space. And if I expand this, like, look at this. This is, I love this look. Like, this is a very nice look. So if I expand this room, it's going to go in that direction and that direction. And I will expand the walkways as well. Probably need to do this part right now. So I said that would be my mechanical engineering / technology room or whatever, factory room, I said. But I think that is no longer the case. So I will probably make small rooms or smaller rooms on the sides here, and maybe even in 2 levels with some kind of balcony, like a relatively narrow balcony just going all the way along the wall with small rooms behind there with doing things, something like that. I don't know. I like this more than what I did previously. I'm taking this one step at a time. I'm not exactly sure. I'm completely improvising, but we do need to get to the farms. All right, first farm will be, of course, a kelp farm, because without kelp, I cannot do many of the things that I need to do for farms. But among other things, it is the what is it called? Storage interface? Something like that. Storage interface. Yes, portable storage interface. It requires a funnel, and a funnel requires dried kelp. And we also need kelp for belts and stuff like that. But it should be easy to get some kelp. Unfortunately, I only have 2 kelp plants, so this could take a while to start growing, but I am actually hoping. Let's see. Does this allow for twerking? Oh, yes, it does. Awesome. So now we have twice as many kelp plants. Come on. Twerk, twerk. And, no, not there. 8 kelp plants. Oh, I am drowning. Well, let's see. Yeah, it should just run fine. I'm just checking that we're gonna cut. Yeah, we're cutting the kelp. I need to check if we're gonna cut the kelp on the corners here. So let's make bigger kelp plants there. Yeah, we are reaching everything. Everything in this tank should be reachable. I don't think we won't be cutting these blocks. So that's why I left this kind of round. And I'm deliberately not making this too big. I don't really want these farms to be big. They're just going to be running in the background and then turning themselves off automatically whenever they don't need to run. And this one I made super simple. It's just rotating thing, right? Although I am using a mechanical bearing. I'm not using a windmill bearing because the windmill things are a little bit almost too cheaty. And it's nothing complicated here. I just have a fan looking at a magma block. And I'm powering the fan using this thing with a redstone link. Of course, the redstone link is going to be somewhere else. This is just for now, like for testing and debugging. Before I actually have storage connected to this, I'm just going to use quick solutions like this. This should be actually enough kelp to populate everything. Let's see. And if I can populate everything, I should have enough kelp to smelt the kelp and get me some storage interfaces, because that's what we need to make this farm work fine. And I'm just showing you this farm, but like I will build up other farms and then just show you the result once it's done, because that's nothing super exciting. This is stuff that needs to be done. And actually, there is one thing that is worth noting about this, and that is, I don't know if we can see it from here. It is already taking a lot of space. I thought I made a huge room here. It's not huge at all. It's actually relatively small. I need to make it bigger. I may need to make it much, much bigger, just to fit all the, well, crop farms that I need. Not sure exactly, like the most critical ones are kelp, of course, because of the create mod. But I will also need a wood farm, I guess, for charcoal. Although I'm getting so much coal ores just for clearing these things out. But yeah, we will need some wood anyway, so let's just build up all the farms that I need for now and see where we end up. Oh, and I just noticed something. This is growing ridiculously fast because I actually built it. Oh, it was the Silk Touch. It was the Silk Touch. Because I built it on snad and not on sand. Wow, the snad is super efficient. We might actually have built this too big. But that's fine. Like, it's gonna stop when the storage is full, I hope. Well, yeah, that's how I'm planning. Why do I say I hope? Like, that's how I'm planning on building it. It's not that complicated to build it right. It's definitely gonna stop when it's full. There is one thing I need to do, though. And I was thinking that I wouldn't have to do it for a few episodes at least, but we have to do it now. And it is do something about the storage, because I keep going up and down here, getting new components, crafting new stuff, and stuff like that. And I'm getting tired of this. I mean, I'm getting tired of going up and down all the time. So we're gonna do some storage work. Fortunately, I have seen in the quests here, we look at storage here, actually even like quest-wise, the prerequisite for refined storage here. I'm not gonna build refined storage, by the way. I'm immediately gonna say that. But refined storage is actually using simple storage network as components for building it. So they changed the recipes here in this mod pack. I think I tried simple storage network in the past, and it's like refined storage without autocrafting and without the disks. So you just connect up the chests and storage drawers and pretty much in any inventory, you can just connect into one big network, and then it's all accessible through one interface. And unfortunately, it will use a lot of cables like this, so we will have to put down a lot of cables in our base, and like I dislike the cables. Maybe there is a wireless option, and if there isn't, maybe I will go refined storage eventually. But let's try the simple storage network and build something, because I think I've gone up and down the scaffolding like 30 times already, just building stuff down there. Yes, I have built a few more things. Gonna show that to you in a minute, but first I need to solve my storage problem, because I just had to go up again to pick up some things and craft some things, and it needs to be done. And it was simple enough. It's probably very temporary that I have set it up here. So this is my network route. This is, I guess, the block that is coordinating everything. Oh, I can right-click on it. And it says I have 58 network cables, 1 filtered link cable, 1 link cable. This is the link cable, by the way. So it's connecting my storage drawers and 1 more inventory down there just for testing. But because my biggest goal is to get a storage request table downstairs, so I don't have to run up to get things from various inventories here. And it should work like this. I need to make a new storage inventory, right? So it has a crafting grid. No, that didn't work, but it doesn't have any auto crafting, so I have to do all the crafting manually. I'm completely fine with that, but I don't need to have all the materials in my inventory. Actually, let's get rid of all the materials in my inventory. Yeah, that seems to have stored everything. So I need 1 storage inventory down there. That needed 1 dropper. I'm just making the... Did I make a dropper? Maybe I made 2 droppers now. And now, yes, we get a storage inventory and storage request table. Bam. Oh, it can actually take things from my inventory. It just did. That's useful to know. Perfect. So now I can just put this downstairs, and we should be able to get access to our storage system from down here. Do I actually want to put it in an intelligent place? No, I don't. I will just put it down here. It will just reduce the amount of running I do, and I will figure out how to place everything sane later. Especially my storage will probably go somewhere else. And I will also need to connect a bunch of chests here. I got actually an obsidian chest as a quest reward. I don't dare to put it down, because... No, I do dare. How big is it? Ooh, it's ginormous. Can I... And it wasn't even hard to break, even though it's obsidian. I did use Silk Touch. Maybe that's not necessary, but yeah, okay. Fine. We now have storage. Maybe the rest of the job here will be slightly easier. Isn't the Create mod just the greatest? When it comes to modded Minecraft, the Create mod just got it perfectly right. Well, at least the idea. There are some details in the Create mod that are, of course, kinda annoying, but in general, just look at this. Look at the fantastic farms. Yes, I have gone a little bit mad, and I've gone too far. I've built too many farms. This was maybe too much. No, it wasn't. Like, this is just the beginning. There is so much more that we need to farm, but this will do as a start. Well, I'm moving around because I'm standing on this minecart contraption, but let's go through what farms we built. Of course, I needed a lot of kelp, and that's the first thing we always need in the Create mod, because it allows us to make funnels. Is it funnels? Tunnels. Funnels. Tunnels. Funnels. Now I have to remember. What is it? Is it funnel? Yes, funnels. These ones. They are super important. That allows us to also make storage interfaces like this, and belts. Belts I'm actually not using right now, because, well, there is no processing automation just yet. I'm just collecting all the resources here. We will do automation later. Not today, not in this episode. This episode has already been too much. Then, of course, you need the main wood, and oak. Of course, oak, especially since it also gives us apples. And as far as I checked, if we look at apples here, there's so many things we can craft with apples. But yeah, it gives us apples, and of course sticks and logs. And this one is a special wood farm, because this is my bulk, enormous amounts of woods farm. And we have others I'm gonna talk about in a minute. And we just look at this thing here. We don't actually need to have any upgrades to be able to read this with a comparator. When it gets full, using this redstone block, we verify that it's full. Then it turns on, that turns off the torch, and the torch is powering the redstone link, which is powering this thing spinning. When this storage drawer gets full, we stop. I will probably have to add a void upgrade to this, so it starts throwing things away when it gets full. Especially once I start using a lot of logs, this thing will definitely get full. And, well, these kinds of farms kinda get broken if they don't get emptied, because then the barrel gets full, and let's say the barrel gets full of sticks, then it will not be able to pick up saplings anymore, so it won't be able to place the saplings. And in case you have never seen one of these before, down here under this block, actually I can show you here, right? Oh, now I completely broke it, but it's fine. We have a mechanical bearing here. The fan is looking onto a magma block, and this redstone link powers the fan that looks at the magma block, and when it's powered, that makes the whole thing spin here. Let's replace those. And we have a chassis here. Oh, a tree that just grew into my face. Let's remove that. There is a barrel here that stores everything that the machine picks up. And then when the storage interface gets kind of aligned with this storage interface, it will transfer everything from this barrel into the storage interface and into this small drawer setup. This one actually has a drawer controller, so I can split things up into a big oak drawers, because I want definitely a lot of oak in a single one. And this is quad drawers for all the rest, which is, sticks, apples, and saplings. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the saplings. I will probably turn them into bone meal, I guess. I probably will need a lot of bone meal for other projects, and yeah, maybe I need to set up a composting array, because other farms here also generate surplus that I really don't want. Let's restart this thing. And yeah, When it stopped, it actually destroyed the saplings where it parked, right? There used to be a sapling here, and this thing didn't replace it. Maybe it ran out of saplings. It will definitely build up enough saplings to replace all of them, so I don't really need to worry about this too much. That's the way this one works. All of them work more or less in the same way, at least all of the 4 in the middle. This one is farming sugarcane, and it's also farming industrial hemp. And industrial hemp is quite useful because we can take 3 of those, and we can do something like this, and we get string. So this is my string farm. I'm going to throw it away. I don't want it in my inventory. But this is my string farm. I have not set up a mechanism for turning this one off because I haven't really made up my mind how I want to do it. I kind of don't want to stop it when we have too many seeds. So there are 3 ways of getting a signal from storage drawers. Either you can get the signal for how full all of the drawers are taken together, or you can get a signal from the least filled drawer, or you can get the signal for the most filled drawer. Unfortunately, the least filled drawer is this one, the one that's empty, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do about that. But we'll figure something out. Maybe the correct solution here is to just take the least filled drawer and let this thing overflow with hemp fibers. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Not a huge deal right now. We still have a lot of space. And this one here is just my miscellaneous farm, so quite a lot of sweet berries, wheat, beetroots, and potatoes, and carrots. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this. I might actually do something funny and have each bit of farmland farm a different crop. Because I have found this guy. This guy is a, well, it's not this guy, it's this block, right? Let me just pick up the block. The guy will disappear. Oink. It's a market from farming for blockheads. It's interesting that no quest is mentioning this thing, even though this thing is super crucial and critical for getting all the... Yes, he is noisy when he shows up. He's just coming through the floor for some reason. No idea why. And he changes name every time I replace this thing. Now he disappeared. He was Swap-O-Matic, and now he is Emerald Muncher. Oh, that was his previous name. Anyway, yeah, it's fun thing. I don't think this is causing any lag. It's just a model. Anyway, this thing sells everything. You can actually even buy bone meal for emeralds, which is super expensive. But yeah, this is how I got all the saplings. This is also how you can get the seeds. It doesn't have all the seeds. So the hemp seeds, I just had to place a lot of grass and bone meal it until I got hemp seeds. And that's how we will also be getting some other things that are required for like the challenge of growing everything. The problem is, if you look in under the minimap on the right side, up here, snowy taiga hills. Nothing grows here. I need to find plains or some other biome where other seeds show up from whatever farming mods we have, because the taiga doesn't really have any seeds. So this has been a help, and I can definitely get a bunch of these things. Like look how many crazy things we need to farm for whatever the challenges are. I will definitely need to figure out how to do this efficiently. I'm thinking like just one block for each seed. No idea how I can achieve it, but that's probably the easiest. But that also means that we will have to expand this, because I don't think one of these is big enough for all the seeds that are here. And this is just half of the story, because the other half of the story are the saplings. And they are crazy. They are completely crazy. I have only tried farming this thing and this thing. And those farms are over here. So this is the maple farm. And as you can see, there are deployers that are poking, because the way this is supposed to work... Let's see if I can show you how this is supposed to work without the deployers ruining it and everything. Fortunately, you can actually twerk this. So yeah, it's fully grown. So I right-click it, and it drops a thing that ended up in the hopper immediately. Okay, so that demonstration didn't work. But you're supposed to actually right-click them with your hand. But the deployers can do it for me. and they gave me maple syrup. I was for a while thinking that, oh, this might be actually a good idea, because if we take the maple syrup, oh no, I have it in my hand. That's why that's how I managed to pick it up. We look at the maple syrup. It's used in a lot of food things. Like it's like this is all about food. All these mods here, but this is the interesting part. I can take them like this and make a slime ball. So this could be my slime farm. Unfortunately, this is just absurdly slow. I don't know if this can maybe be speeded up by spamming it with bone meal. This is a future project experiment to see if we can actually make a viable slime farm from a tree. It would be funny. I would enjoy that a lot. And here I did another experiment. Unfortunately, this experiment went bad. So this is a failed attempt of making a tree farm, and not just a tree farm. So this is a pine nut tree. We can twerk it, so I'm gonna twerk it without turning this thing on. The deployer here would be just deploying the saplings. That should be quite obvious. And the hopper here is supposed to be picking up the drops. But as you can see up there, can I target one of these? There. We have a pine nut fruit. Oh, they can be twerked as well, so maybe that's what I've been doing wrong. But I can turn this thing on, and the saw right here will break the tree. Very, very slowly. But as you can see, the leaves here are spruce, and the log is also spruce. Are you spinning even? Yes, there we go. That took forever. Now the hopper is actually picking things up, but this is a very, very bad solution. But as you can see here, ow, the saw actually hurt me. As you can see here, we're only getting the pine nuts, we're getting spruce logs, we're getting stakes, and we're getting spruce saplings. We are not getting the pine nut saplings, and the reason for that is that we need to take the pine nuts, 8 of them with 1 sapling, and then we get a pine nut sapling. Unfortunately, well, to get that working, I need a mixer. So we can look at the recipe here. We can use a mixer to mix 8 pine nuts with any saplings. So this thing is giving us spruce sapling, so that would be perfect. And that gives us a pine nut sapling. But a mixer is definitely requiring much higher spinning speed than the silly magma block can provide us. So either I need to set up a create mod, just power distribution system, or something that I'd probably rather do next time is to start our industrial infrastructure with power generation and start using electric motors for the create contraptions. I'm not exactly sure which I'm gonna choose just yet, but one of those we'll choose. And now, the last row of interesting farms. Birch, acacia, and jungle. So we have using minecart contraptions for that. It would actually work, like that one is a failed experiment as well, because this is such much better mechanism for harvesting the trees. Because that one, as you saw, required that hopper, and everything just fell on all the sides, and like you see the glass. The glass there is not just for decoration. The glass there is just to contain all the pine nuts and like all the drops from the tree, so that the hopper can pick them up. And the hopper cannot pick things up that land here, because this is like a factory hopper, like super advanced hopper. Unfortunately, it doesn't pick things up higher up. It needs to land on the floor here. So that doesn't work. And if we're having a minecart contraption cut down the tree, let's grow this one with twerking. You will see like immediately how it works. There we go, it grew. Now the saw is moving in. Noticed how it's sawing much faster. And it cut everything down, and it didn't get any saplings? Did we run out? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is actually sometimes a problem with with jungle. Jungle trees are dropping so few saplings that they need help. Anyway, this is supposed to place the sapling. Let's use birch, because birch never fails. There we go, we get a birch, we cut the birch down, and the deployer placed the sapling. Easy. But the fantastic thing is, like, none of the items dropped on the floor. Everything ended up in the minecart contraption in the barrel here. And the storage interface just dumped everything in there. Oh, I need to repair the jungle thing before I forget. So yeah, we have a lot of basic biological resource farming. So that's it for today. I will definitely expand this room. So I will probably have a bigger room at the beginning of the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching and have good organic farming. Bye.